What is up, everybody? We are back. Today got hopefully a quick video. I actually don't think it's going to be that quick. You'll see what I mean in the garage in just a sec. I already kind of took a little peek. Also, please let me know if the audio is better. I'm wearing a little wireless mic, trying a completely different setup. I haven't been super happy with the quality of the videos and the sound, specifically the sound, especially with anything like exhaust related. So just please let me know if this sounds a little bit better. I'm going to try to do my best to edit it accordingly as well. But again, using a little, just making sure it's facing the right way, a little microphone. Yeah, so to see if hopefully again we get better audio. So please let me know. Anyways, we're going to be installing something today that I've also kind of had my eye on for a while. We'll see how easy it is. I think I'm going to have to make some modifications to the vehicle. But let's just get into it. It's the Perrin, they call them just jack pads. We'll kind of see, you can kind of see the shape of it. But again, the whole kind of thought behind these is these go inside of your pinch welds, right? So slide up there, then they just bolt on. And again, the whole thought process is to just use these as the jacking point. So imagine it's in the bottom, right? Just get underneath the car and then just jack it up. Hopefully saving your pinch welds. If you've known me, you know that I've had that car 7 years. Oh my, this is the longest I've ever had a car, which is insane. It's insane saying it out loud. I've had it that long. I've had that car, I think somewhere around 7 years. The pinch welds aren't super awesome. Hence, I wanted to go with these again, I'm jacking the car up and down. To be fair, most of the time when I'm jacking the car up, I mean, I never go in the rear. Like I do the oil changes all the time. Sorry, I'm squirreling. Now I should probably just get a lift, you know, like maybe like is it quick jack, those lifts? You can just put them in the garage. Anyways, let me focus. My ADD's kicking in. I'm trying to save having to be under the car all the time, constant oil changes. I figured, let me see if I can put these in. That way it makes it honestly safer. And then two, again, it kind of saves the pinch welds, your chassis underneath. I already saw you'll see it here in a sec, the side skirt. I might have to kind of trim a little bit, kind of around it to slide this guy in. But again, the whole thought process is just to make it a little bit safer, save your pinch welds, making the car, just jacking it up and down a lot easier, a lot more straightforward. And if you can see the shape of it, kind of has this like recess. There you go, you can kind of see it there. But again, that should essentially like kind of hug the jack to just sit there and hopefully not kind of move around too much on you. So that's kind of the whole thought process behind these. I ended up picking them up, I want to say through Amazon, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. I've been super busy with stuff. I literally just logged off of work, so back to back nonstop here recently. So apologies there. But yeah, again, this little red guy is going to be literally says it, OEM jack tool. So I'm just going to throw this in the trunk in the hatch area. If you get a flat, this will just attach to your the scissor jack that again, usually all the OEM cars come with. I've heard some of the newer ones maybe don't, but that's what this guy's for. If you're in the garage just using a regular jack, you don't need this. You can just leave this in the car, in the back, in the trunk, wherever. But again, this is going to be just like a permanent thing. It gets bolted on there. Let me just go over it really quick. So again, this guy comes with the kit, comes with this, comes in there, comes with this. So we've got terms and conditions. So if you want to scan the QR code, there you go. Then we have blue Loctite. Blue is designed so that you can take it on and off. I actually have red. Also, Veris Engineering has a very similar kit. They also say to use red. I don't know the logic there. I mean, if it's going to be truly permanent, obviously go red. If you plan on taking them off, maybe don't go red, go blue. There's even orange, which I have in the garage. Maybe I'll use that. It's like semi-permanent, but I might want to take it back out. So either way, we got some blue Loctite. Hopefully it's still in liquid form, because here in Arizona, anytime you leave anything in the garage and it gets to be like 150 degrees in there, fluids just don't remain fluid. So hopefully it's still fluid, even if it's not. Again, I got the red from Loctite. And check this out, I've never seen this. It's a stick. You basically just kind of like smear the part, like where the threads are, but it's a stick. And I got this, again, because I was sick and tired of buying the fluid. I use it once, and then by the time I need it again, it's already dried up and I gotta buy another bottle. So I'm gonna try this. Again, from Loctite, it's a stick, and it's literally like a lipstick. Like, don't put it on your lips. It smells horrendous too, but again, maybe I'll try this. We'll see. That'll be the easy part. Just put it on the threads. And then obviously just the hardware will kind of, again, pretty self-explanatory. There it is. And then they'll go in like that. And the whole, honestly, the only thing that holds these guys in to the pinch weld, see if I can show you guys, is gonna be just those bolts pinching down on the pinch weld, and then this sitting right underneath the frame itself. So again, the whole thought process is to save the pinch welds, more surface area there, so hopefully nothing bends on you, collapses, which you'll see my car has already some issues. I might have to trim some stuff, bend some stuff, we'll see. But enough talk. I'll also print it out real quick, because I'm 100. Just download it. It's on Perrin's website. There's a nice PDF. Basically, I'll go over just really quick, just kind of the basics. Make sure that the bolts are not tightened down over the half moon shaped cutouts that are already part of your pinch weld, like rail, let's call it. I'll show you in the garage. Again, just use common sense. Don't put this over a spot where there's no material to grab onto. We're gonna hand tighten them. It does say that you might have to remove some plastic sections. If you don't have, I don't know, maybe it's just the skirts of the STI, side skirts. I don't know, but I already kind of saw it, and I think I may have to trim some stuff. So don't go over the half moons, or just kind of move either forward or backwards of them. These holes, thank goodness, don't actually match up with the half moons. I mean, you might get one, but the other one won't line up, if that makes sense. So that's good. The other thing I highlighted really quick, just make sure that these, I'll just read it verbatim. Only half of each of the M8 bolts, so these are M8s, would contact the pinch weld, which is not enough to secure them to the chassis. Basically what it's saying is you want to make sure that the jack pad is pushed up towards the chassis as far as you can go. Because again, you want to make sure that this thing grabs, I'm just going to call it the meat of the pinch weld. So again, you want to make sure it's grabbing enough and not no material, because then it's not grabbing onto anything and you're going to lose it on the freeway going 80. And these are, I think, milled aluminum. So that's going to ruin definitely someone's day, probably your day too. Insurance getting involved. It's going to be a whole mess. All right, so we got that. So just make sure, again, you're tightening it onto like a proper pinch weld. And then the last thing here, once it's on there, they used to use a jack to kind of support it while everything dries. So I think if you got it tightened down, ooh, I don't want to flip you guys off, good enough. Again, it should be fine, just to kind of let things chill there for a minute, make sure nothing falls off. And then just tighten the M8s to 15 foot-pounds while putting pressure on the jack, therefore the jack pad. So again, pretty straightforward. According to Perrin, it should take us about 30 minutes. Let's go in the garage. Again, enough talking. Let's go in the garage and I'll show you guys what I mean when I'm gonna have to make some modifications to make these fit. So let's head in there. Oh my gosh. All right, hopefully you guys can see that, but there we go, maybe. Here is the 2 half moons. And as you can see, one, we have the side skirt in the way. We might have to trim around it a little bit. But then the actual metal part of the pinch weld has seen better days. So, trying to decide, because right now it won't just slip over. It's a little, again, I gotta flatten it out a little bit somehow. I wonder if I could just do this. My gosh, that thing's... If I can pancake it or flatten it, and then just kind of maybe cut around the side skirt, might be able to get around it. Again, do this at your own risk. Not responsible for messing up your car. Just FYI. Again, I always usually jack it up from the frame, but if that's not an option, might have to do something like this. Here's the material I took off. Some of the pictures mentioned it, but again, this is going to be the hardest part of the install for me. If you have a beautiful, perfect pinch weld, lucky you. Disregard this whole section of the video. Try not to wiggle these back and forth too much because you'll weaken it. But again, we just want to try to make it as flat as it was maybe when it came out of the dealership. Mine still's got this lip. I miss a little area. Again, not ideal to cut into the side skirt at all. But hopefully it's one of those things where just take your time with it. Okay, it's now able to slip on. I still have all this material though in the way. And also it's still bent up here. Let's see if we can bend this back. Come on. Oh man, I don't think that's doing much of anything. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to take off way more material from the side skirt. Ah, shoot. Ooh, it is hot in here. Let's do this. Oh my gosh. Somewhere around there. Always try to cut away from you. if you can. Shit, am I going the right way here? Ugh. Okay. There we go. That should give us enough clearance, hopefully. Got some debris, some virgin paint underneath. So here's what I took off. Again, Perrin, your pictures make it seem so simple and like you guys did this ahead of time. The material itself, it's the same distance back and forth. I don't think they're directional. However, just for the sake of convenience, I might have mine face, the bolts face like the outside of the card, just so that I can tighten them accordingly. And again, you can see the half moon's a little better. Hoping you can see them in the video there. Again, using a different setup. Let me know I still have the microphone on me. I just kind of want to see. I'm going to actually take one of these off. Like, is it even grabbing? I'm gonna take both off. I'm gonna be honest, it's like halfway. I do not like that. That's not good. Damn it. There's the half moon. Because this side's fine, surprisingly, the side that was all beat up. It's more on the back side. There's this rubber coating that it's... And also the jack pad's gonna be kind of slanted if I put it up as high as we can. I'm gonna try to take off a little bit more right here in this corner. Let's see. That should do it, hopefully. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Let's see. Oh, wrong one. That one's got the stuff already in there. Of course, the bolt right at the end is going to be right in this messed up part if I go that route. Jeez, man. Are my pinch bolts just ruined where I can't use these? Let's take a look at something else real quick. This is the rear one. Oh my gosh, this one I'm gonna have to also cut significantly. Yeah, kind of hard to tell from this angle, but it's all like not straight. What if we just use the jack pad to jack up the car every single time? Oh my gosh. Do you see why I use the frame? There's the frame. That's what I use. And then I usually just try to get a jack stand on the jack or the pinch welds or on the frame itself right there. Well, this might have been a fail, guys. I don't like how it's sitting. I have a little bit of pressure on the jack. And honestly, the rear, it's not a big deal because you could just jack it up from the, where's my finger? From the diff. The rear is really not a big deal. And also, look, it's got this super easy jacking point. I was more concerned with the front here. Oh my gosh. But again, I think mine are just too messed up, too destroyed. Do you see how crooked it is? Huh. I don't like that. I do not like it. I think we're just gonna continue to use the frame. Maybe what we could maybe try is the jack. You can take this top section off. And like, again, use it every time if you wanted to, I guess. You know, in theory, it should hold pretty good. But yeah, I don't really like the lack of how it grabs. Again, if your pinch welds are perfect, this might be one of those mods where you want to do them sooner rather than later, just in case. Yeah, I don't really. And the crazy part is like on this side where the inner side of the car, let's call it, it's all the way as high as it's gonna go. And it's still super like slanted like that. Man, well, I trimmed the side skirt for nothing, but that's okay. It wasn't a massive amount. It's not ideal, obviously, but. Do you guys want to see the, well, I'm going to take it off, actually, hold on. Ow. Yeah, dude, I do not like how that fits at all. Wow, do I even upload this video? It was a fail. Honestly, I'll upload it just so you guys can see kind of what you're up against if you want to do it. Again, if your pinch welds are nice, could be one of those where like it might be worth it for you. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of how it. And here's the thing, even if I get it on and it stays on, I don't know if I trust driving the car that it's not gonna fall. Down the line, if I get this thing on a lift, I may revisit this, but it's still, I would have to modify this thing somehow. Because here, I'll see if you guys can kind of see in the holes. Oh, it's really hard to tell, but like when you're looking down, like straight at the hole, like from my angle here, you can see the material of like, okay, what's the bolt actually going to be grabbing into, if that makes sense? Like the meat of the pinch weld. That was the best position I found there. You guys can kind of see it there. But again, it's not super great. Oh man, that's super, what a bummer. And I'm not gonna return these because I already scratched them all up. Oh, fun fact, since I'm laying here on the ground crying, can you please comment below to see if you like the audio of the video better? I'm still probably gonna upload this, just, if honestly, if it can help anybody, I'm all for it. Some mods are cool and work and some don't, man. Maybe I'm just an idiot and that's fine too. That could be it. Could be user error and 100% own up to that if that's the case. So if you have better luck, hey, more power to you. But I am, unfortunately, I don't do this ever really. I don't think I'm gonna move forward with this. Again, the rear I'm not concerned about. That's really easy to jack up. We've got multiple jacking points. Got that little, I think it's for towing, right? Got the diff. It actually has like virgin pinch welds back here. Again, that's not the hard part. The hard part's usually in the front, because this is the part that gets all the action. Oil changes. Downpipe looks kind of good. Same with the Cusco stuff. But, oh my goodness, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna just honestly put them in the shelf, on the shelf, and revisit them maybe later. For the time being, we're gonna continue to use the frame to jack it up and go from there. Again, I do have these ramps, which are super awesome. That way nothing's falling on you. So not the end of the world. Would have been cool to get these installed for you guys. But again, you kind of get the gist of it. Sorry, I'm messing with the lighting over here. Kind of get the gist of it. Again, let me know if the audio is a little bit better for this video, even though it was a complete failure. But yeah, I am not liking how those fit. Here, I'm gonna show you what I am gonna use going forward. Hopefully the microphone still works because I'm walking around. Again, not the end of the world, we can still jack up the car. Ugh. Check this out. Bought this, I think it was like 10 bucks on Amazon. To ideally, I haven't used it, because again, I usually go from the frame, but it kind of locks up to the pinch welds, again, increasing that surface area of where you're jacking the car up from. Bit wobbly, it's a little scary. But again, that's the idea. So maybe we'll try that, or just continue to go from old reliable and just go from the frame. Whatever. Well, gonna call it. If you're still watching, thank you. If this was helpful, then you're welcome. Hopefully your pinch welds are not as bad as mine, but that will do it until the next one. See everybody.